Back again with another podcast. How's everybody doing on this beautiful Saturday morning? Hope everybody's doing very well. I'm not going to take up too much of your time. I know I did a live midnight. Earlier this morning, late last night, earlier this morning. I want to get back on the live again because I saw a post Facebook feed. Travis Hunter's wife did a live. Recently did a live stream expressing distress that she's married to Travis Hunter, the Heisman Trophy winner. Now, think about it like this, fellas. 2 months into the marriage, and already she's thinking about flying the coop, getting a divorce. I wasn't necessarily pulled that. But living together is much more different. It's a lot more different. There's a lot more commitment in marriage than just playing around and living together. And I know what that was all about. She can't do what she want to do as a married woman. She can't go out. She has a different type of lifestyle now. Different type of lifestyle right now as a married woman. All right? You can't go out. You can't run around and hang out with other men's, sucking on their dick and everything else. You can't have fun anymore because you're a married woman. And it's not like it's an open marriage or anything like that, but you're committed to each other. And that's what a marriage is supposed to be. I'm trying to figure out why this bitch is crying. She got paid. Her husband got paid. She got married to a man that's got paid. She'll have to do some great things in the NFL. Because I'm not pulling for anybody's demise in the NFL. I'm not going to say he's not that good or not that bad until I see the tape on the field of his performance on the field. I'm not going to say a damn thing until he goes out on the field and shows it. And think about it. Preseason begins on July 31st, next week. So the season's the season's already beginning. People don't regard preseason as the real season. I kind of like when it gets to August, which is my favorite time of the year, which is one of my favorite months of the year. That's when fall sports are coming back. Pro football is coming back. College football is coming back. Then in November you got the NBA, and then you got college basketball, and then you got hockey coming up real soon. Then you got the World Series, the baseball playoffs and the World Series. Things are coming back to normal. We just need a break. That's why we got the summer break. But Travis Hunter, man, you're in the pickle right now. You trying to concentrate on your job, and then you got to concentrate on this bitch. All right? But hey, you wanted to marry this bitch. And this is why I tell you young folks, man, you better learn what it is to be married. What kind of commitment it is. And the only benefit of getting married is if there's a family involved. If you're starting a family out relatively young, if she's committed to it and you're committed to it, great. But I think he should have listened to a lot of Coach Greg Adams' videos, his live streams, before he made this commitment. Because brothers was trying to tell him, look, man, I'm all for it that you're getting married, but not to this bitch. Because there's something wrong with this bitch. You see, Saquon Barkley, he doesn't have that problem. Jalen Hurts doesn't have that issue. And truth be told, there's a number of NFL and professional sports, professional athletes who are married in loving, committed relationships. All right? But here's the thing. Remember what I told you, fellas, man. You gotta look at your significant. You gotta look at your woman, the woman that you're with. And you gotta ask yourself and look at her and ask yourself this question: is this bitch my cheerleader, or am I her cheerleader? Is she helping me get to a level to attain success? Is she willing to sacrifice herself, her needs for my needs, for the family needs? All right? Is she willing to go the extra mile for me to help me attain my goals for the benefit of the family? Is she pushing me to be a better man? Is she my cheerleader? Is she cheering me on? Whether I had a bad day at work, she's encouraging me or advising, giving me solid advice. I don't know if y'all ask that. I don't know if that's one of your requirements in a woman that you want to be married or committed to. That's why I'm saying, why? Ask yourself this question: Why am I with this bitch? Why? Why are you with this bitch? If you can't answer that question, then you need to get rid of her. You need to let her go, man. Dump that bitch, man. Like I said, there are plenty of women that I've dated and I just look at and say, nah, bitch. And there were some that I let get away. Because even at 40 years old, I did not know what I want. Now at 50, I know what I want. But, you think I want to be out there, going on dates, endless dates with strange women? Fucking on strange women? Although that's the life. That's the free agent life that I'm living right now. And I don't mind it. I'm not lonely. I'm good. I could be a 90-year-old. I'm going to be a 90-year-old man on this balcony, smoking my cigars and talking to and drinking my coffee and talking to you. Even though I'm going to be sounding like this. Hey, girl, man, fuck that bitch. That bitch ain't shit. Bitches ain't shit. But hoes and tricks. Or I might sound like George Burns. Bitches ain't shit, but hoes and tricks. Crazy. I might be that guy. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's your life. It's your life. Live your life the way you want to live. But have fun. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a good gosh darn time. Having fun in life. Enjoying life. Now, Travis Hunter, I don't know why that motherfucker got married at an early age. I don't know. I don't understand it. But hey, the bros tried to counsel you. We tried to warn you about this bitch. This bitch is unstable. And that's where life experience come in. Now, I don't believe in romantic love. I really don't believe in that shit. It's bullshit. It's really meant to sell Valentine's Day cards on Valentine's. It's really meant to sell movies and TV shows and soap operas. But there's really no such thing as romantic love. That just came about in the Middle Ages or the 1700s or something like that. Some time period. But really, men and women really got together is to procreate and have family, a family structure. That's what marriage is all about. That's what, I wouldn't say monogamy, but that's what marriage was all about. Because I'm sure back in the Middle Ages, men were fucking around. They're still fucking around on their wives. They just had religion to come in and pray and say, hey, don't do that shit. Don't be fucking around on your wife. Don't be having children out of wedlock. There's always been a religious order when it comes to marriage and relationships between men and women. But we don't live in that time anymore. We live in a society now and anything goes when it comes to hoes, because pimping ain't easy. Everyone's gonna be a hoe and a pimp. Okay? That's where black men get their game from pimps. Women get their dating advice from hoes. Black men. I'll tell you this much, and I'm going to end it here. For me personally, there was a lot of women that I allowed to get away. Maybe it's for the better or for the worse, I don't know. We'll see in the future. Because I'm going to be like, I'm enjoying my 50s now. There's a lot of women that I really thought it was the one until she turned into a bitch. But, or I fucked it. Believe me, if I hadn't fucked up the one woman that I was with, I wouldn't be doing these live streams. I wouldn't be talking to y'all. I'll be talking to y'all about cigars and shit like that. But I'm not bitter. I'm not a bitter old man. I just don't want. Like for me, I was spinning my wheels, and I don't want any black man to go ahead and spin your wheels. I want you to go out there and make your money. I'm gonna do more content about making money and what's in crypto, what my thoughts on it. Actually use my college degree, my degree in economics, and my master's degree in tax accounting. Well, listen, I'm gonna cut this short because I got shit to do later on this morning. But I want y'all to enjoy the rest of y'all weekend, enjoy the rest of your Saturdays, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Don't drink and drive, and if you do drink in a designated driver, get that Uber yourself home. Don't get into the crosshairs of the police like that dumb motherfucker. out in Jacksonville, Florida. And I'm going to talk, you know what, I got time to talk about that case. And I know I touched on it earlier this week. And I still stand on it. I still stand on the fact that that motherfucker is a dumb motherfucker. When you close the door, when you don't present your driver's license, Social Security, your driver's license, your registration, and your insurance card, and then the officer asks you to get out the car, and you go back in the car and slam the door and tell him, I ain't getting out the car. What do you think that the officers are going to do? What do you think that police officer is going to do? You think he's just going to walk away and let you drive off and say, have a nice day? No, they're going to get your black ass out of the car. And I've seen a lot of body cameras of motherfuckers doing this bullshit. And it's mainly women doing this shit. And Coach Greg Adams, he explained it eloquently on his last live stream why women do this shit. Women, unstable women, and it's really all women who are seeking attention, who are seeking to become a victim because of circumstances. They tend to harm themselves to the victim. All right? So that's why you have police officers, they won't get out of the car, so police officers drag them out of the car, whoop their ass, and put them in handcuffs. So now they can go back and file a complaint that I was abused, I was this, I was scared, I was this, blah, 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 blah. And 9 times out of 10, most of those charges they're never going to spend never going to spend a day in prison. Because that's what bitches do. The justice system do not want to lock up bitches because there's no way, they don't build prisons for bitches. They build prisons for men. When I was growing up, none of this shit was unheard. This was unheard of. Bitches swinging on cops. Battery on police officers. Fighting in the streets. Stealing cars. Shoplifting. Brazenly shoplifting. But it's the retailers' fault as well in these larger cities because they allow this shit for some strange reason. They tell their employees, do not confront a shoplifter. They tell security, do not detain them, do not say anything to them, let them take whatever it is out in the store and let them walk out. And I know what that was all about. It's probably an insurance grift. They're ripping off the insurance companies. Or they really want to close down that store in that particular area. So they can justify the losses. That's why you see all of these stores in the nigger neighborhoods being closed down, like Target. They're not putting up a Target in this in a neighborhood of Harlem. They close that shit down in East Harlem. And motherfuckers are complaining, why they closed down here? Because motherfuckers keep stealing out of there. They keep taking shit out of there. They didn't want to put a Target up there in the first place. Go ahead and steal out of a Walmart. Because if you go ahead and steal out of a Walmart, shoplift out of a Walmart, they will whoop your ass. And I don't mean physically. They will prosecute. They will find a way to prosecute. And then they will prosecute you, and then in order for them to drop the charges, you have to pay restitution. They will force you to pay restitution. So you won't have that shit on your record as a convicted shoplifter or theft. convicted of theft. You know what the conviction are for theft? That would do to your job prospects, your security clearances. Nobody's gonna hire some motherfucker that has a history, has a record of theft, of stealing. You might as well just go ahead and set up an LLC and start your own business. You might as well sell oranges on the street. No damn motherfucker is gonna hire you. Yeah. I'm just so sad for y'all young folks out here because y'all don't see the future. Y'all don't see that y'all have a future out there. What you do today has consequences for tomorrow. And I know y'all gonna mature and grow up. But damn it, man, these body cam videos are out there, man. They putting this shit out on YouTube for the public to see. How stupid you are. Like that Negro down in Jacksonville, Florida, McNeil. He did that so he can get a grip, so he can get a check from the government, a large settlement from the government. Now the police officer, now you may say y'all want criminal charges against him. You want criminal, administratively, you gotta understand something. And this is why I can tell you don't understand the inner workings of the police. I barely understand. Yeah, they're gonna get away with it criminally, but administratively, that's on his record that he used force against somebody. He may not even be on the street long. He may be doing desk. He may be reassigned. Working with the public. See, there's a reason why some of these officers are doing desk duty or doing other things inside the department rather than being on the streets. There's a reason why they take them off the streets. It's not necessarily he's a good cop or a bad cop. I don't know. But you got to understand that there's a rule. There's a rule of thumb, different from any employee out there in corporate America, on your job, in the factory worker. You're always going to have good employees that's going to be promoted. %70 of them are going to be, 30% are going to, 20% are going to be great employees. Come to work on time, do their job, earn their job, master their job. You got the 70% that come in who are mediocre. You're just there for a check. You do enough not to get fired. And then you got the 10% that are shitty. And unfortunately, shitty officer, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to get rid of it. But they're on notice. Their bosses know that they're shitty. The higher ups know that you look at their employment record. That's why they get washed out or get forced to resign from a larger department in a big city, and they get a job in bumfuck Alabama, in a small ass city in Alabama. Matter of fact, I saw a YouTube video where there was a city outside of Houston, Texas, where they hired a whole lot of bad cops that have employment issues. They got washed out of the police department, or Dallas, Houston, or San Antonio police department, and they work, and they hired, the chief actually hired these officers that have employment issues. And these cops were fucking with the residents. These were cops that were chronically late, lied on police reports, lied about everything, committed crimes, misdemeanors, such as driving drunk, which is a common thing for these officers. Yet they pull you over for drinking while intoxicated, but yet you have officers who drink their ass off, get in the car, and endanger the lives of people as they're trying to get home. Now, let me just say this, on the record, I'm not an angel. I've drink and drive, and I regret it. Thank God nothing happened. But moving forward, I'm committed never to drink and drive. If I drink, I'm never drive. I'll wait 6 hours until I'm sober enough and I'm all right enough to go to drive. But even then, when you sleep it off, you still got the alcohol in your system. That's what happened to Dante Starwood, who used to be a former Saint, former Eagle. He was drinking the night before. Was driving to get something to eat, hit a man that was crossing the street, killed him, and he paid off the family so he could evade conviction, or evade jail time. And he went right back into the NFL. But this department here in Texas, they were hiring bad cops left and right. They even hired cops that stayed in Houston, Texas, working on warrant duties, getting paid $70,000, $80,000 a year to work remotely from their house. That's where the shitty police officers end up. They end up in these small towns where there is no, the laws are relaxed, the rules are relaxed. They're not going to get punished. They're not going to get fired. And there is no politics involved. I mean, the politicians leave them alone. So that's why I don't fuck small towns, especially small town cops, because they don't really give a fuck. Fuck around and find out. I'm staying my black ass in the big city. Yeah, getting back to that, man. The body cameras are on the internet forever, man. You're never going to get rid of them. You remember what I told you, black man, about your reputation. Your reputation are important to you. Let me see, Marty McFly. Hold on, let me find out. Yes, Marty McFly, you right on point, man. Clock is always ticking. Someday is a disease that will take your dreams to the grave with you. Put in that work. The vision without action is merely a dream. Yes. That's right, Marty McFly. You gotta get up off your ass. You know I do content like, but this applies to everybody. Get up off your ass. Stop dreaming and just do it. Write down your dreams and actually go for it. Do it. What the fuck do you have to lose? What the fuck do you have to lose? Fuck a bitch. Bitches come and go. You don't want to be a 50-year-old man saying, I wish I had done this. I wish I had done this when I was younger. Do it now. If you're 50 years old, you haven't done it, do it now. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Well, listen, let me go. You know what? I didn't mean to cut this short. Let me go ahead and cut this short, man. Let me go ahead and cut this short. All right, because I got things to do and my cigar is almost out. I enjoy talking to y'all fellas out there. I want y'all to live out your dreams, man. I want you to live out your life. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your dreams. Act on your dreams. Fuck a hoe. Bitches come and go. This is your life. Live your life to the best of your abilities. And then you'll believe me, it gets greater later. Believe me, I want you here at 50 years old smoking a cigar and drinking coffee. On a Saturday morning. All right. Well, listen, this is Talking Crazy 88, and I am out of here. And black folks, let's be careful out there, all right?